Breakin Ballz with Johnny P.
What are you breaking my balls for?
All right, welcome to another episode of Breakin Ballz. I'm your host, Johnny P, and we have a great show for you tonight. Joining me tonight, we got the captain himself, Garry Pastore, and the lovely and charming Concetta Rose. What's up, guys?
Hello. Hi, Johnny.
How you doing? It's been a couple
I
of weeks.
miss you guys.
Yeah,
I
how
haven't
about
seen
that?
you in so
Yeah,
long.
now you miss us. You're always running out of here every time you come here.
Listen, don't let the people know what happens behind the scenes.
Forget about it.
You know what I think you need? I think
What?
you need like a month between seeing us, so you really get to feel that in your heart.
No, I missed it right away. I immediately had FOMO as soon as I knew I
Really?
wasn't going to be. Yes, of course.
Wow.
I like you guys.
Well, we like
Listen,
you
we
too.
love you too. I love you.
Love
You know
you.
that.
Yeah, it's not like anymore. Love. Forgot about it.
I know.
We're
The love
family here.
relationship.
I know. It's sweet. Real fast. We
What-
became family real fast.
Well, you know what pisses me off? I want to rant a minute about,
Go.
break some balls about the society that we live in today. And it's true. And it kind of comes into our generation, too, is that the world is turning into a bunch of robots. And it all comes down to the iPhone and social media. And I'm guilty of it, too. And it's pretty much became an addiction to most of the world. And especially when I'm at the gym. I work out lately the last 4 or 5 months with actor Bobby Finero. And
Hey.
yeah, Bobby's a good friend of mine. And every time we're working out, we go to the machine. Someone's texting on the machine in between workouts, and I always have to go up to them and say, "Oh, buddy, what are you doing? You're going to text or you're going to work out?" He goes, "What does it matter to you?" I go, "Because I want to work out. I want to get out of here."
I have a question. How long do you wait?
Not that long. You know, I kind
He
of
sees it and he goes
I
for
kinda
it. You
sit
know
on
it,
it.
I
right?
can only imagine.
I sit on the machine and I look at
Poor
the guy
Bobby.
like this. And I'm like,
We're going to read about this in the news one
I'm
day.
like this. So I just go to the next machine, but then everybody is on their phone. When I'm at the light, people are walking across the street, they're on their phone. We're in the city, everybody's on the phone. 9 out of 10 people are on their phone texting when they're driving. It's bad. You know, even when you're watching TV, if you got those notifications on and you say, "I'm not going to touch the phone," it makes you go to the phone. It's like that bad. So, I mean, like, I tell all my friends, and I'm telling everybody now, this is what it is. When I ask you, don't be a texaholic and a text a maniac. If you want to talk to me, call me on the phone, because by the time you're done texting, it'll talk for 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, we're done. I'm not there, and if I don't get a quick response from you, I go crazy. So that's all. Concetta knows.
I have the receipts, okay?
I just hate when
this
people-
guy will ask a question. He'll say, "What time are you going to be there?" He can see the 3 dots. He can see it. I'm texting back. Question mark, question mark, question
No,
mark.
no,
I'm like, Yo.
I don't see the 3 dots. No, but people don't understand. So once I say that, you still see them think I will block you right away. That's why you can't say it. And then tomorrow I'll unblock you. But I don't have time for this shit.
For
I
today,
really,
you're punished.
just I'm not gonna say anything more. You know, just
I don't like to interrupt, but you just said, I ask you. Not ask.
you know how I
ask
you.
I asked you.
Slip Mahoney's in the room.
Slip Mahoney. That's what they call me, Slip. But that's all right. Listen, that's my spiel
your
for the
thing.
day. What's your Gary?
What's my bitch about?
Yeah. What do you want to break
The
balls
stupid
about?
mayor that you guys elected.
I didn't.
Whoever elected this schnook,
Right.
he's lowering. My favorite is he's lowering now the speed limit on Staten Island 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
Staten Island's crowded as it is. There's too many cars. And now you're all going to go 20 miles an hour. I'll never come out here again. I will stay in my happy hamlet out in New Jersey, and I will not come here again.
I'm
think
almost
that's what
about
he's
to
trying
move out of
to
here anyway.
do.
No, it's terrible. It's bad. It's a whole money-sucking revenue, and that's what it is.
Horrible. And you know what? They're hurting.
Yeah.
They're hurting the middle class.
And
The middle class is getting hammered.
We're getting
Always
killed
by
by
this
now.
guy.
But
We were
always,
just talking
though.
about this too. Car insurance too. My car insurance just went through the roof, and that'll be through another day. I guess another story. It's they're robbing everybody. It's crazy.
Electric out in Jersey. Yeah, they what do you call, voted in Mickey Sherrill? Not a clown. Not a clown. Terrible. She's getting rid of all the programs for seniors. I just became a senior. I hate to say it, but I did.
No.
And she's getting rid of all the programs, all the taxes, everything. So I'm going to put my house up and I'm going to move the frig out.
Listen,
Where you going?
I have no idea.
Don't say it. Don't join
I'm not
Lou.
going to Florida.
Okay, phew.
No,
Phew.
I'm not going to Florida.
Okay.
No, I can't live there.
Listen,
I
if they
can
keep
go there,
shaking
but I
this
can't
down,
stay
it's not
there.
going to be the Potenza Entertainment no more. I'm gonna go rogue, and it's going to be the Potenza crime family, and that's it. I'm going out, guns blazing, bullets
family
flying,
unit
like
of one.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's it, done. So what's your problem today? Anything?
Oh yeah, I got one. Speaking of cars, riddle me this, Staten Island. Why is it that every time I get cut off at a red light, like that race to the red light that we do on Staten Island, why is it a BMW?
Yeah.
End of rant. End of rant. I don't understand. It's always a BMW.
And they're smoking pot probably at the same time.
Oh, well, no judgment there.
And there you
I
have
got
it.
you,
something for
Frankie.
you.
But anyway, everybody, listen, that's what we have. We got a real great special guest. Who's
Yes,
a
we do.
dear friend of mine. I know him such a long time. He's like family. And I had him on the late night show. I had him on the Up Late show. And he always says, I'll see you in 7 years. Well, it's 7.5 years now. He's here tonight. He's well known as radio personality. He's an actor. He's an author. And he's just a great guy. What can I say? We got the one and only Goumba Johnny.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah, my man.
All right.
Thank you. Some interesting rants.
They're necessary rants.
No,
Gotta let
They
it
are
out
necessary
somehow.
rants.
I mean,
What do you got?
I have my own feelings about Staten Island.
Tell me.
I want to hear. I left Gilligan's Island a long time ago.
No, I mean, when I was on the radio station, they give you the ratings and so on and so forth, and they tell you where you're popular. And I was probably most popular in Staten Island. I spent a lot of time out here. And I knew nothing about Staten Island before I got on the radio. And you have to come out here to see the complications of living here to actually believe it. And these people who live here, I respect and admire them because you got to love it here to live it here because there's obstacles.
Yeah.
You got to put up with a lot.
Yeah.
And John, that was then.
Yeah, John, you had to see when we were kids. There was 50,000 people out
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
there.
you were
One
young.
person from that end of the island knew the other guy on that side of
Yeah.
the island. And we used to drive from one end to the other end. Took maybe a half hour.
Well, there were farms, right?
There were
Am I correct?
farms.
People always tell me that
Yeah.
there were a lot of farms.
There were
out
no
there.
Country.
lights.
It was a
like the
lot of
country.
fun, man. Growing up here was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm
You-
sorry I missed that
It was like a
part.
mini New Jersey
Yeah.
or a mini Long Island.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
I-
talking a long time ago, too, before that. In the 80s was a great time to grow up in Staten Island.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Yeah.
that.
No, I mean, I joined in the 90s. And I did a lot of work at Rab's Country Lanes on
Yes.
Island Boulevard.
Yeah.
We did a lot of charities there and so on and so
Did
forth.
you do Grandpa's?
Cool.
I didn't do Grandpa's
Wow.
because that was closed by that time.
It was, huh?
But, yeah. But I was a manager of the original Grandpa's, which was in Yonkers.
Okay.
And this was the second one.
Al Lewis had a place in Yonkers?
That was the first one.
No shit. I
Yeah,
didn't know
and that's the success of that club's won the one out.
that. So as
here.
soon as it came to Staten Island,
No, but
No,
it
did-
lasted
no,
good. It was good.
No, it did well for
did?
it did well for quite a while, and then I mean, there was a glut of comedy. Like when I first got into comedy, there was no Comedy Central.
No.
You know what I mean? And then now there were live comedies, and then when I first got into comedy, the only way I could describe it is I don't know how you feel as an actor. There were too many comedy clubs and comedy nights and not enough comedians.
Yeah.
Now there's too many comedians.
Yeah.
Right? And not enough venues. So like everybody, I'm an actor, you know what I mean?
yeah, well,
right.
yeah,
and,
especially after COVID.
right, but
Got
they
a whole new
yes.
legion of actors.
But they don't bang out films like they used to.
No.
no.
No. So I'm in the same predicament, comedically. But I fortunately have been working regularly when Anthony Rodriguez.
You got a great gig with Anthony. That's great. You guys are all over
I got
the
a
place.
good gig. You know what? We travel a lot. We've probably been in about 40 states across the country. We've been touring for 6 years
Yeah.
now.
Wow.
And I'll tell you a funny story. It started off, we went to Boston, and Anthony was smart. He knew that I had experience and, I'd been around the block a couple of times. And he was relatively new, especially in the touring part. So we get to Boston and nice crowd and, we do really, really well. And Anthony goes to me, after every show, I want to do a meet and greet. I want to meet the people. I want to thank the people that come. So we're in Boston, and it was the first one, and there was a line of like maybe about 16, 20 people. And he's taking pictures and signing autographs, and I like to stand to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a drunk guy with his wife at the back of the line. and he yells out, "Goumba Johnny! Goumba Johnny!" He goes, "Did anybody ever tell you you look like Tom Brady?" And we're in Boston, so I said, "No, sir, nobody's ever told me that."
Good thing you didn't have a Yankee hat on.
So no, I didn't. So Anthony puts the pen down, right? And he goes, "Dude, what are you, drunk? He looks nothing like Tom Brady."
I can picture him doing that.
Yeah, Anthony got upset. I said, "What are you getting upset? Do you think you look like Tom Brady?" I said, "No, I don't think I look like Tom Brady." He goes, "Maybe a little bit like John Cena." He goes, "But Tom Brady, I don't see it." I said, "Anthony, the guy's drunk.
Yeah.
Let it go." He goes, I said, "Just let it go." So I walked away, and I got a little upset, right? Not real upset. I'm like, geez, what's he getting so mad for? So the next 5 cities we go to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Raleigh, whatever it is. We do the meet and greet in 5 cities, right? Every city, I go to the back of the line and I grab a couple. And I say, "Do me a favor. When you get to the front, please tell Anthony you can't believe how much Goumba Johnny looks like Tom Brady." Right? So
yeah?
I love this.
So I just stand to the side. I say nothing. The people come
That's
up. They
great.
go, "Isn't it remarkable how much Goumba Johnny looks like Tom Brady?" He goes, "What? Are you kidding me?"
Are you serious?
Yeah. I said, so I don't know. So we get to Cincinnati. We're having breakfast, drinking coffee. He looks at me. He goes, "Johnny, I got to tell you, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But the whole country thinks you look like Tom Brady." So I said, "I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I do. I don't know." So that night, I go to do it in Cincinnati, and I go talking to people. He taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "You scumbag."
He said that?
Yeah. He goes, "How long has this been going on?" I said, about 6 cities.
That's brilliant.
So I
great.
mean,
I love it.
that's what life on the road is like, and
That's amazing.
we're together. We call each other our work wives, and he's a good kid. He's a really good kid. He's very brilliant. He's very talented.
And you guys been selling out a lot of places, big theaters.
We sell out St. George,
Yeah.
which I think is remarkable.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
1,800.
Wow.
When were they here?
They were there a couple months ago.
Well, why didn't you invite me?
Well, no, every November he plays.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you invite me?
Well,
I didn't go this year because
Why not?
because I asked for my passes. They always give me free passes, and I told
you get whatever you want.
yeah,
But-
I know that.
But this year,
I didn't go this year.
because of the rise in popularity, we're doing a Friday and a Saturday.
Good.
Wow.
So we hope to sell out 4,000 seats total,
That's
which is
amazing.
weird
Good for you
because
guys.
we were in Long Island last week. We did 3 shows at the Paramount Theater in Huntington.
Right.
Every show was sold out, 1,000 each. This week, I don't know how we did it. We're still in Long Island, and we have 4 sold out shows, like 350 each. So
That's great to play the big one here.
yeah,
for you.
I
That's
mean,
amazing.
yeah, the numbers are really, really great.
But that's great.
That's amazing.
I don't know. It's comedy clubs, it's theaters and casinos, and they're 3 different venues. I mean,
Yeah.
Garry as an actor, you know what I mean, stage, film,
absolutely.
TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Everyone goes, "Oh, you're an actor." It's like a totally different game.
Well, I'm very good friends with Mike Marino.
Yes.
So I hear all the horrors of the road.
Yeah.
He tells me just about every one of them. He likes being on the cruise ships.
I
Yeah,
know. I
he's good
laugh
for
at
that.
Mike so hard because he goes on the cruise ship and he goes like this.
Yeah.
I'm on the
Princess of the Seas.
I'm on the Seagull of the Seas, right? And he's like this, and he looks good. He's tan. He goes, and let me tell you something. I had another sold out show, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a ship. Where are they gonna go?
Exactly.
Right, jump overboard.
The ship. I mean, of course, everybody's gonna go. I laugh so hard.
Let
Mike's
me
so
ask
funny.
you, Johnny, would you, if you weren't busy, like say as you are now, as busy and touring, would you like a cruise ship job?
I would do it.
I think it's pretty
do it
cool,
just to do
right?
it.
It's
No,
amazing.
I would do it because it would, I would do it because it'd be a good opportunity at a certain point, like to take my wife with me.
All the
That's
time,
exactly
yeah,
right.
and-
yeah.
Yeah, you
Free
should do it.
vacation,
Yeah.
Right.
more
You
people,
should. Absolutely.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I like my when I do my comedy, it doesn't have to be regional or anything like that. So people get it. It doesn't matter. So, I mean, I like to do different things. I mean, I've done shows. The largest show I probably did was I opened up for Dice Clay, and that was 4,000 people. But I got to, when I was with KTU, get on stage with Michael Jackson at the Garden with 20,000 people.
I remember that.
Yeah, Ricky Martin and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. So I've been in front of big crowds.
Everybody.
But I've also performed in front of 4 people. And I got to tell you a funny story. I was with 2 other comedians, and they were very, very good. And we were in Long Island, and the owner insisted on doing the show. I said, there's only 4 people here. So I'm the host, and there's 2 other guys. There's 2 people sitting here and 2 people sitting here.
Oh my God.
So I said, I got up and I grabbed the microphone. I said, would it be too much trouble if you 2 guys, like we join and like you sit in front of me? So I could, we basically could interact, it would be a better show. And they said no.
Oh shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my
They thought they were gonna
God.
get picked
What?
on.
Why?
No, they said no. And I said, okay, I'll buy you drinks. And they got up
No
and they
way.
moved together and
But a bunch of mooch.
and
Oh, my God.
no, it was, you ever do something that was so bad it was good?
Yeah.
And that's the way it turned
That was
out.
one of those fun times. Did the owner pay for the drinks or what?
Well, I didn't pay for them. I ordered them. I don't know if they were on the bill. I don't know who paid. That comedians do that all the time. Buy him a drink.
Yeah,
like that, and it doesn't come out of their pocket. But you have to. I mean, through the years, Gary as an actor, some of the environments that you work in are not very desirable, and
No.
you just
Yeah.
got to gut it out.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know Mike hates doing restaurants because
Yeah.
you're doing your shtick,
It's so
and people are
distracting.
eating
Yeah,
and
it's
dropping
so
a
distracting.
fork and having conversations.
Yeah.
And he has no patience, that man. He wants to go over and stab in the head with a fork.
I tell everybody, if you're in it, people ask Mike and people ask me because of our Italian, personas, all the time. Johnny, come to my Italian restaurant. I want you to perform.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell him, I will not perform until 15 minutes after the entree comes out.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I said, look, Jerry Seinfeld could be here. You put a plate of pasta in front of an Italian person, they're not going to care.
No.
They just look at the plate and they're just going down.
Yeah.
Facts.
There's only one place where I performed, and I did a gig in Canada. It was me, Steve Sharippa, Christopher,
Michael and Pelly.
Michael Imperioli, Vinny Pastore, and Tony Sirico. And I hosted the event. This is in the early 2000s. It was 1,000 people in Canada. They paid $200 in each. So it was huge. They got everybody got big paydays.
Wow.
And I had to get up, and I got up, and I did 20 minutes, and then we just did a Q&A for whatever time. And when I was in Canada and they introduced me, everybody stopped eating and turned around.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
They
that's
were so
respect.
they were so polite, and I was just
Wow.
staring around, and I just stopped, and I looked at everybody, and I said, I don't know if you guys realize this. The way you pay attention, that would never happen in America. I don't know where you guys
That's
got.
big.
I don't know where you guys got the manners
Just being
from.
rude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen
That's pretty
some
awesome.
comedians have to struggle through if people are having a conversation, who's on their
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, they should just make that a rule. You gotta be done eating. Like back in the old days, it would be dinner and then like the Rat Pack days. There was dinner and then the show.
I had a guy at a restaurant tell me, I didn't come here to see you. I said, you bought a ticket. What do you mean you didn't come here to see me? Shut up. I mean, it's so crazy.
I know.
The stories, I mean, when comedians get together and they kick the can around, then, they tell the horror stories
Yeah.
about stuff that happens. I was in Denver, and me and Anthony were there, and there was a comedy club. There's a comedy club there called the Comedy Works. And it is a top-tier comedy club. And I felt so fortunate to get there. I wanted them to see me perform. It was a great opportunity. So I really, really fine-tuned my set. The comedy gods were with me. I went on stage, and I killed. Now we're in Denver. We're in Colorado. So I get off the stage, and chest is out. I walk by the manager. I said, "What did you think of that?" And he just looks at me and goes, "John, they're all on edibles."
Get out of here.
Wow.
I said, I guess I suck.
Captive audience.
Well, yeah, because Colorado was the first state.
That's
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? You land in the plane in Colorado. They pick you up in the Uber, and the driver goes, "Would you like to go
What
to
do
the
you want?"
hotel first or the dispensary?" And I'm like, "No, it's
Cheers, Colorado.
yeah."
That's amazing. Can we back up just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so so your past does not involve performing.
No,
very much.
I got on stage by accident. I got in radio by accident.
Yeah. So can we talk about your past a little bit?
Yeah.
I want to know. So you started out in sports, in football.
I got out of college. I signed a contract with the Jets, and as a free agent, undrafted free agent. And then the following year, I signed a contract with the Giants.
That's wild.
It was kind of cool. You know, I was born and raised in the Bronx, and to get to wear both
Yeah.
helmets, the uniform, and my father was a huge Giant
He
fan.
must have been. He
That's
must have loved that,
amazing.
right?
Oh my God, he was creaming. He was creaming.
What year was that about?
1979 with the Jets, 1980 with the Giants. I'll be 70 in September.
Wow, you don't look
so
70.
cool.
Oh, thank you.
70, my own. You're still 60 years old.
Mentally, I'm a lot younger than that.
Johnny, wow, it's cool.
Yeah, it goes
keep going.
fast, you know.
Tell
I'll
me
you.
about it.
I just remember my first year in college, I was 17. I graduated early, and I was playing football with guys who had beards, and I didn't shave.
Yeah, my son played college football,
Yeah.
but I think he got hurt too many times. I think he realizes.
Well, you got to be lucky. I mean,
So is that what happened to you?
no, I'll tell. I hurt my neck,
Oh God.
but there was a famous doctor. His name was Dr. Nicholas. He was Joe Namath's doctor.
Oh, wow.
He was world famous for doing knees and stuff like that. And he was a Jet team doctor. And I took my physical for the Jets when I arrived in camp. And he's going over everything to me. He goes, how many leg injuries have you had? You know what I mean? And he's talking about the body, you know, because he's doing the chart. I said, I've had none. So he goes, what do you mean you have none? What about the knees? I said, none. Ankles? None. He goes, how old were you when you started playing football? I said, 9. So he goes, you started at 9, and then you got to the professional level, and you didn't have one leg injury.
Wow.
I said, no. He goes, I want to shake your hand. He goes, you're in the 5%.
Yeah.
Goes,
Wow.
Everybody gets hurt. I said, he just looks at me. I said, well, if it makes you feel any better, doctor, my fucking neck is killing me.
Yeah.
And what happened with that? What
Yeah.
actually was your injury?
Well, I got kicked. I was thrown a block, and I got kicked I was with the Giants, and we had like an exhibition against the Patriots, and it was in the elbow, and I was thrown.
Did Tom Brady say you look like him?
No, I don't. I think Tom Brady was just born.
He was in diapers.
Tom Brady was, and I got kicked in the head. I had nerve.
Oh, my God.
I had nerve damage.
Yeah,
and-
what's the neck? Yeah, I know. Sucks.
yeah, I mean, let me put it this way: I was not. I came from a very, very small college. I played Division III football. They told me I was the first person in the college to sign a professional contract. It was a great honor. I don't, the only way I could describe it so you would understand it is you meet a guy who was the star of a one-act play,
Right.
okay, and now he's going to work with you on an HBO thriller. He's going to co-star. I mean, it's just, it's so much.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's so much. And you get there and you're like looking around. I went out the first day of practice, and the number 1 draft pick that year was Marty Lyons. The first day of practice, I went out, and Marty Lyons was there, and I said, well, I can't believe how many people are there here. And he goes, oh, it's only about 1,000. I said, 1,000? I said, only 300 people used to come to my games in college. So he goes, where did you play? And I told him, I said, I didn't have a scholarship. I paid for my own college.
Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody there was, from some high-end college, and it was very, very different for me. It was a great experience. I mean, it didn't work out the way I wanted to, but
Right.
it did because if I would have been successful at that age, I would have been extremely self-destructive. It was not. God was looking out for me. If I would have became a big football star, I probably wouldn't be sitting in this chair today. I was dangerous. I was dangerous to myself. I had that I don't give a shit attitude.
Yeah.
And
That's probably what got you there too, though.
Well,
You know,
yeah. I
being
mean,
brave
the yin and the
ballsy like
yang.
that.
You know, I mean, if you're sensitive, it works good in a relationship. And then the girl looks at you, you're too weak. Get out of here. You know, so you got to have the right blend.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, what did you do right after?
I did bodyguarding work. I was a bodyguard for Malcolm Forbes.
Oh,
Wow, that was a big guy.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Malcolm Forbes was big. That didn't work out. And I did some other people. I had a short stint. I did Smokey Robinson and Sam Kinison.
Who was your
I
favorite?
remember
Can
him.
you say?
Sam was great, right?
Sam Kinison was great.
He came to, I worked at that club Columbus on Columbus Avenue.
Yeah, sure.
It was the doorman and the bouncer, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And he had come one night. Oh my God, dude, he had me in hysterics.
great.
Oh yeah.
He's a maniac.
Yeah.
And once he got my name, used to hear it down the back. Get me!
Oh yeah. He was great. He was unfortunately, for Sam, I mean, he was like 50% of about as good as he could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had substance problems.
And he was great as he right.
Bad
Yeah,
demons.
he
Lots of
could have
demons.
been.
Yeah.
He could have been
You can
50%
kinda
better
see that.
if he wanted to. But he had a different kind of karma. You could see it. He had a lot of charisma, even when he had a full-time bodyguard. So I didn't work with him. Only when he came to New York, he would hire me. And whether you were backstage or sometimes I was at his house in California, and guys would get in a big group and talk. He was such a great orator. He was such a great speaker. Even if he was telling the most boring story, you hung on every word. And some people just have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
And
just people just want to be around them.
And wasn't he a preacher?
Oh yeah, he comes from a family of preachers. He's from Peoria, Illinois,
Yeah.
and he left the church, and he went on to superstardom, but it didn't come early. I could tell you that. He struggled. Him and people don't know.
Yeah.
Him and Andrew Dice Clay, they were not accepted. They used to get what was called the check spot.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, at the end of the night, they would introduce them, and when they introduced them, the waitresses would drop the check.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So who pays attention to the comedian when you're paying your bill? It's not that funny
That
anymore.
sucks.
No.
You know what I
In
mean?
reality,
No.
it's-
So they would get the check spots everywhere, and then Dice and it's weird because comedy is comes in waves. You had the let's say the Hispanic wave or the gay wave or the outrageous wave or the politically correct wave.
Yeah.
And now, thanks to Sebastian
Yep.
Maniscalco, I never say his name correctly.
Maniscalco.
Who does? Maniscalco.
Who cares?
Don't try.
Don't try.
Thanks to him, there's a wave of Italian comedy.
Yeah.
I've never met him, but people always ask me if people assume that I know him. You know how it is. Every Italian knows every
And
Italian.
John, I see a lot of these younger kids, like say Pete Davidson, or even like say Chris DiStefano.
Oh yeah.
He's like blowing up, but I see him. I have a good eye, and I always have a good feeling about things. But I see Anthony Vadeo going to that next level. I do see him in the Garden one day, and I'm not just saying it. I think he's going to be there within the next year or two.
I think you're right.
I feel it.
You don't know when it's going to happen.
You ever do
But it is you keep pounding away, and Gary will tell you it's like a dam burst, and then all of a sudden everybody looks at you and they go, "Where were you?" And you go,
Yeah.
I was right here
been here.
the whole
I've
time.
been here the whole time.
I was here the whole time."
I think I could have gone much further had I been the pain in the ass that calls people up and
Yeah.
puts myself out there. I can't do it. I can't call up and ask somebody for a job. And
But that didn't
I
stop-
have the context to do that.
But that didn't stop you from being successful,
But I did it at my.
but you attracted the work.
You know why I got a lot of work out of Columbus? Because I didn't bother anybody.
And that's the whole
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I played the stool. I was like, they come in. I was nice. They said hi. I remember I threw a guy out that was bothering Michael Douglas. I picked him up by the nape of his neck and pushed him through both doors. I hit his head with both doors and threw him in the garbage. Michael Douglas thought it was the best thing he'd ever seen. He got me a part in Black Rain.
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
They knew you were an actor.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah. No, I met every comedian back then came in. Rick Newman, who owned Catch.
Oh, yeah.
He used to
Catch
come
a
in.
Rising Star, yeah.
Right.
I used to
Jerry
go there.
Seinfeld was just a stand-up comic back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That
And I
was
met him.
people. That was such a legendary place.
Right, wasn't it?
Columbus on Columbus.
You know, when I never went
That's
there,
amazing.
Oh wow, you should have.
I will say,
one time had the opportunity.
yeah, I will say this. I had the. I'm sure you did too. I had the opportunity to go to Studio 54.
I went there.
Yeah, and
I was young.
they will not have that nightlife. I don't know. I don't think will ever come back.
No,
Wow.
everybody's
Never.
doing cocaine.
Well,
No,
not even
he-
just
Not even the
why.
I mean, like
cocaine.
mounds
That-
of it.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
why. It's what you said. It's social media.
That-
People won't be that free.
The
ever
Saturday
again.
Night Fever days,
Everything's
the
recorded.
clubs, pastels, the
Wow.
whole vibe
Yeah.
of
It's
a
not-
dance floor, right?
John. It's like if you didn't go out 3 nights a week,
Yeah.
you were a loser.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now these guys go out 3 times a year.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
I know.
used to live in the city.
Guilty.
Just
I
to
was
go out to
every
dinner,
night.
you got to make plans with people. It's
Every night I was
ridiculous.
out.
My nephew, they meet people online,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
right? And then when they meet them in person, they can't talk.
They're texting at the table.
Yeah, they're like I got anxiety. Of course you got anxiety.
It's
Let
terrible,
me ask you a
man.
question. I'm not going to mention names. But what do you think of these influences that now make the foray into doing stand-up comedy? Do you think it works?
Well, I'm going to tell you because I think you'll agree with me because me and you have been around. I and you are not in the same. Our industry is not the same industry we got into.
True.
Okay, so what happened in comedy is originally, as a comedian, people would come to hear you. Now, because of social media and influences, they still come to hear you, but there's a segment of people that they just want to come see. So it's like a glorified meet and greet. They don't have a traditional act or anything like
No.
that. They'll have a
that's
catchphrase or something
interesting.
like that, and the people will just come to see them. They'll pay,
'Cause they're like,
and they'll come to see them, and it's baffling to me
Yeah, me too.
because I'm old school.
Yeah.
Me
But
too.
also I have to accept that the business is changing. Me and Anthony I'll tell you another funny Anthony story. We were in Albany, and there's Funny Bone. So this Indian girl goes on before us, right? I don't do a great Indian accent.
Wait, this Indian or this one?
No,
No.
a real Indian.
Not
So not native.
that's not it. Let him tell his story.
You're out of pocket.
Thank God you
No.
could edit the show. So anyway, she's on stage and she has almost a full house. And, she's doing her, and you will do this and that, and you will, and she's doing everything, and I'm watching her. And, she, the crowd likes her. I mean, she's not my brand of comedy, but I go by the crowd.
Right.
And then at the end, she does a meet and greet. And there were 75, literally, women at $50 a pop waiting to see it. Right? So me and Anthony are in the green room with the next show. So after the meet and greet, she had all her stuff in the green room. She had to leave it there. So she comes into the green room and she picks up her bags and she looks at us and she goes, "Hey, have a good show, guys."
Oh, get
And I'm
out of
like,
here.
"You're a fraud! You're a fraud! Where's the Indian accent? What the hell happened?" And I'm like, "Oh my God!" Me and Anthony were peeing in our pants. Oh, we couldn't stop laughing.
That's sick.
You know,
That is hilarious.
yeah. She goes, "Hey, have a good show, guys." She sounded like Johnny.
Yeah. If you
She
had,
was probably from Staten Island.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, but who were your favorite comedians growing up that get influenced into comedy?
I managed the club before I got on stage. I never got on stage. I only got on stage because I was managing the club and a couple of comedians couldn't make it one night. And I got on stage and sacrificed my...
Did you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes at that time?
I didn't have
You just
5
talked.
seconds, but I I always had a outgoing personality.
Yeah.
And I watched.
That's amazing.
At that point in time, I watched 100 shows. So I knew what to do.
Yeah.
The opening act did. Hi, how are you? Where you from? Anybody
Right.
celebrating anything? I go through all the standard stuff. Whose birthday? That
That's
kind of stuff.
ballsy, though.
Well,
So
yeah.
ballsy.
Until I told my first joke and nobody laughed. And I was like, oh my God. I played football and I started sweating in places that I had no idea that you had sweat glands. I could feel my ears running down the back. You could sweat from your ears, and it comes out like a faucet, right? And I'm like, oh my God. And everybody's looking at me. It was horrible. So, what were we talking about?
Oh, your favorite comedian.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so I got to, I got to see a lot of comedians, and I would go down, catch a rising star, and I would look for comedians to bring to Yonkers. And Louis Ferranda, who ended up, does Caroline's, worked at Caroline's for many years. He was a bartender at the time and then became manager. But he would let me sit in the back. Now, this is, I'm saying 87 and 88. I would go to catch. And on the same night, in the same show, I would see Colin Quinn, Dennis Leary, Jerry Seinfeld,
Oh, wow.
No.
Larry David,
Come on.
Adam Sandler, Chris Rock,
Well,
Rodney Dangerfield,
whole crew.
Rich Hall, hosted by Richard Belzer. One show, and then
Bells.
George Wallace would come in because they would have comedians. They would start the show, let's say at 8 o'clock, and it would go to 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop. There was not another show. Just comedians kept getting up, and you came in and you paid the cover or the minimum. And I had no idea what I was watching at the time. And then from there, I became very, very close with Colin Quinn still today. He's like my closest friend comedically. And he's one of the guys that I, like, in other words,
Yeah.
still today, like if I have trouble with a joke, I'll call him up.
That's cool.
And he'll get mad at me. I said, Colin, I can't. Am I doing this right? And I'll go, because, jokes, 1, 2, 3, kick some of them, or it's a story. And, and comedians will say, like, sometimes I'll say, I don't have a good tag.
No, you got a good delivery. I've seen you.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
You're fucking great.
No, but I'm just saying, when you're writing a joke, and then, like, they call the end of the joke, the punchline, comedians call it a tag.
Right.
So I said, Colin, I don't have a good tag for this joke. So he goes, all right, what's the joke? What's the joke? And we're on the phone. And I'll say, bop, 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 bop. And he goes, here's the tag. So I say to him, I said, do you think that'll work? He goes, you called me. I didn't call you.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
goes,
yeah,
you
yeah,
called
yeah,
the
yeah.
master.
Yeah.
I give you the joke, and then you're telling me you want to know if it's going to work?
Funny.
So I said, I'm
Great.
sorry. But don't get mad at me. And I like Colin. But the first comedian that ever inspired me, who I watched on stage repeatedly, and I looked at him and I said, I see some of myself in him, and if he could do it, I could do it. And it was John Mulrooney.
And John Mooney, our friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And we became friends for over 40 years. And I told him one day, I said, John, I was watching you on stage one day, and I just said to myself, if he could do it, I could do it. And he goes, that's not a compliment. I said, no, it is. It is. It's a backwards compliment. I saw myself in you. And he was, I always thought, he was quite spectacular.
Yeah.
Presence on stage. He was ridiculously witty and quick, and he didn't have to do his act. He could just go up there and talk to the audience for 45 minutes. And, there's some people today that are famous for crowd work, and they couldn't hold his underwear.
And you turned me on to him, and
yeah.
you introduced me to him,
Yeah.
and I wound up loving the guy, and you said he destroyed it.
He's funny as
And you hooked me up with another great guy, Jeff Fat Bastard Parami.
Oh, yeah.
Two dear guys that are both passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you think about all the comedians we've lost.
Yeah,
My
you,
gosh.
yeah, comedians are not the healthiest bunch.
No.
They're not.
And it's the stress.
But I will say
Stress.
I was
this.
gonna say the lifestyle's not
Lifestyle's
really.
difficult.
Well, yeah,
supportive of that.
and there's a big mental part to it too.
Yes.
You know, I have
Yeah.
I have to compliment my wife because she puts up with a lot of shit. I mean, I have performance anxiety sometimes.
Oh yeah. How do you deal with that?
Well, I have it for different reasons. There's some places I don't like to go,
I gotcha.
and then it starts building up with me.
Sure.
You know, like tonight.
I think we all.
I didn't want to
did not
come here
wanna
tonight.
I didn't think you did,
No,
honestly.
no.
No,
you
he's
know,
so full of
Thank you,
shit.
Daniel.
So we
That's why it
fought.
took
We
so long
fought
to
the
get
whole.
here.
I think we all get anxiety as performers. I get it a lot,
Yeah.
and I get it on everyday life. I get anxiety sometimes. You know?
Yeah, but for me, people ask me, "Do you get nervous when you go on stage?" I said, "I only get nervous one time when my wife says, 'Where were you?'" That's it. I'm like, where was I? I was here. You know,
Guilty conscience? What is that?
No guilty conscience. Even if you don't do anything wrong, you get nervous as a husband. But on stage, I feel like when I walk on stage, I can feel myself grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? When you get in front of the camera, when he goes, I remember Vinny Piazza gave me the I'm not a great actor. I've been very blessed in radio and comedy, but anything I do with acting has been like walking through mud. And you know,
You just need good direction.
yeah,
That's what it is.
And Vinny would help me with my auditions all the time.
Now, John, when
And he
that's
said, I want to
Good.
tell him, he said to me, he goes, when the director says action, you hear relax.
you go.
Oh, that's good. I like
And
that.
I took his advice, and I feel that way when I go up on stage.
You ever get anxiety right before you go on stage, like for
Never.
like 1 minute, nothing,
No.
just right on,
Nothing.
boom.
Nice.
No, I laugh, I giggle, I tease people. No, it's my wife sees all my anxiety.
I got you.
In other words, you know, I mean, when I was on the radio, I would
Yeah.
talk in the morning, and then sometimes at night, I'd go out and do 2 shows. And then I come home, and, you know, my wife is like, you know, we're in bed, and she wants to talk about her day. And I'm like, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't have any friggin' words left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to wait till tomorrow? If people knew what your personality was like, nobody would go see you. You're a bastard.
John, speaking of the radio, because I have to bring it up, we got our friend right here, Concetta. She was
Oh,
a
my
big
gosh.
fan of yours
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
growing
so
up.
Oh,
you
yeah?
Tell 'em.
mentioned,
Thank you.
yeah, no. So, you know, growing up, you know, in the 90s mostly is when I started to listen to music, pay attention to music. I listened
Right.
to music my whole life, but when you pay attention, you start to have your own
I had the
favorites.
same experience.
And when you're like 10, 11, 12, back when I was those ages, we had CDs, right?
Right.
You bought a CD if you wanted to listen to your favorite
Right.
person. And when I was 10, 11, 12, I had no money. My mother made sure to let me know that I was broke. Okay? So we listened to the radio. And that was the first, I remember getting my first stereo that had a CD like player and a tape deck, and I would record songs off the radio.
Yeah.
But KTU, I listened to it. So hearing your voice and seeing you in person, I'm getting like youth flashbacks because
Yeah.
I really it's funny because obviously you have no idea, but you were such a huge part. Your voice was
Yeah.
such a huge part of my childhood.
Well, thank you. I mean,
wild.
I've been getting that a lot lately, and you know, people come up to me after the shows, and it's kind of funny.
It's cool, though.
Yeah.
You know, they go, "Goumba Johnny, I grew up with you."
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say that.
You know, but that's when
It feels
radio
that way,
was
though.
radio.
Yes,
That's
man.
when DJs were DJs.
You would love to
Yeah.
listen to the radio.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
When did
It was
when did I
awesome.
hot bite them?
Well, I can only tell you when I started at KTU, we were one of 12 stations.
Right.
When I left, we were one of 1,200.
Wow.
And that's when it changed.
That
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's when it
and all that
became
stuff, yeah.
this
Yeah.
factory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
corporate. And,
Well, that's when they got rid of the independent operators. Like in other words, when they passed a law where you can own 5 stations, each group, and then CBS had 5 stations, and Clear Channel at the time, which became
Right.
iHeartMedia, had 5, and you know, Cumulus had this and that, and then I couldn't. No radio personality could negotiate a contract.
Yeah.
And everything became take it or leave it offer.
Wow.
You know, and then they started to do, you know, voiceovers. Like in other words, use your voice in 6 other cities. So let's take Elvis Duran, my dear friend Elvis Duran, who I love, Danielle Monero, who is a Bronx person
I
too,
listen to
like
them
me.
now.
Danielle's, I love them. So Elvis is in 80 cities.
Yeah. That's wild.
So as great as that is for Elvis, the company eliminated 80 morning shows.
Wow.
80 jobs,
Yeah.
80 producers,
Wow.
80 interns,
Yeah.
and so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
So now what happened is, they would say, Goumba Johnny, we want you to voice over in Boston and Philadelphia. And if they use my voice, you take away jobs from people.
Yeah.
So now, when you're taking away these weekend jobs or these late night jobs with your voice, you kill the talent farm team. These guys who are looking to break in. That's like getting rid of all background workers,
Yeah.
or actors, right?
That's wild.
Like you say, all right, no more background actors.
It's coming.
Right.
Coming with AI, it's coming.
Right. So what do you do? Where does the talent come from? Brad Pitt was a background actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I did it.
So did I. And I'm still doing it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
anyway, so the industry, while it became more profitable, it starts to eat itself because there's a dearth of talent. There's a lack of talent, and there's no new talent down the road. What happens if Elvis Duran or Ryan Seacrest say, I don't want to do it anymore?
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest, I think, is on like 500
Yeah.
stations.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different business.
Well, what was his name on the AM radio? He used to do the morning, Sunday mornings when he did the top 100.
Casey
Casey
Kasem.
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 Yeah.
His voice was all over the
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the
States
he was the
back
guy. He
then.
was the voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and he
those
was on the commercials even back then.
those were nationally syndicated
Syndicated
shows,
Yes.
Yeah.
and they were all countdown shows. So they really worked well. If it fit your format, like
Right.
whatever the radio was, they had dance ones, they had pop ones, they had rock ones. So I feel fortunate that I really got in on the golden years of radio.
And John, I commend you for even thinking the way you do and talking about that, taking away the jobs. A lot of guys are selfish and won't think that way. But you're right. Listen, you're old school. Gary's old school.
Yeah, I know.
And listen, it's about that time. And before we go, I want you to tell that funny story, me and you on the island a couple of years ago with my car. And I'll elaborate.
Everything I say, if you're listening, you're watching, whatever you're doing, is beyond the truth. Okay? I came here 7.5 years ago. And after spending the evening with this guy, I told him, Gary, no lie, you're not going to see me for another 7 years.
And
And
No,
it's-
that's when you were on my show. I saw you in 2000. We were looking for places for you places to play before you hooked up with Anthony.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, I got friends here, so and so. He had a car
The Jeep.
it was a Jeep. It was so bad. What's a car that you could think of?
No, it wasn't that bad. The trainee was going.
It was
broken
a
down
jalopy.
valise.
It was a jalopy.
Let me put it this way: a homeless guy wouldn't live in that car. Okay, it was horrible. And
Thanks.
And the transmission was going.
Yeah.
And it was like half the car was held together by duct tape.
Yeah, we had to pull over. He goes, "What's that?" I go, "We just have to let it cool off for 10 minutes."
Yeah.
So then I
One of those
stopped.
cars.
I brought him to the ferry, dropped him off, and I swear, on the way home, the trainee just went out in the middle of the Staten Island Expressway, and I called him on his cell phone. I go, "John," he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "You're never going to guess it." I go, "My trainee finally blew." He goes, "Really?" And then when I told people, he goes, "That's Johnny's favorite line." He goes, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah, really." He goes, "Let me know when you get home."
I hate to say
That's
it.
all right.
I was on the ferry. I was so happy that his car broke down.
That was.
Did you leave the car in the middle of the road?
No, we took it back, and then I put a transmission. I drove it for a little while longer, and then I got lucky.
Don't tell me you sold it.
Listen to me. It got flooded, and I actually got 3 times the amount of money it was worth because I had.
Oh, you got $15?
No, I got like $5,500. It was fire and debt I had on. I got flooded. It got flooded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it got flooded with water. So I claimed it was a wash. So Johnny, if anyone wants to find you, which they do, website, where can they look for you?
I'm on Instagram at Goumba Johnny, GoumbaJohnny. And let me say something if you're watching. I've been fortunate enough to know Garry, this young lady I met tonight. Johnny, I know a long time. These are great people.
Thank you.
No, you're a great.
You're the best.
You are. You're a
No,
good guy.
these are great people. This is good-hearted, good-natured fun. This is what the world is missing.
Yes.
Okay, there's no agenda here. It's just about having a good time. So enjoy it and make sure you tell your friends to come here if they want just to have a good time because this is the place.
Got to get Anthony on here.
Yeah, thank you. We got
his
to
balls.
Oh,
we got to get Anthony right first.
Anthony's acting now.
Oh yeah, we'll have a conversation.
You are a funny guy, Anthony. I called him Anthony Rodeo, but
Oh,
Yeah, he does. He
yeah.
calls him rodeo.
Yeah.
AnthonyRodea.com. Check him out. He's touring all over the place. You mark my words, MSG in a couple of years. And I told him I want backstage passes. So, Garry Pastore, always great seeing you.
Garry.
Goumba Johnny, my brother. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And the lovely Concetta Rose, as always.
I'll see you in 7 years, everybody.
That's it. And I'm Johnny P. And remember, whose balls could you break this week? Good night.
Breaking balls with Johnny.